This is the Wing Sung 601, and I'm a big fan of this pen. In fact, it's one of the first pens that I ever reviewed on this channel. Now, some people may take a look at this pen and immediately say that it's a copy of the Parker 51, and they would be wrong. It is heavily inspired by that pen, but in my mind, it's also an improvement over that pen for a few reasons. First of all, it features ink windows, so you can easily check your ink level without disassembling the pen. And secondly, it has an improved vacuumatic system, which you can't see in this model, but I did recently purchase a clear barrel. And here you can see the system much better. The Parker 51 vacuumatic version has a bladder in the back that extends and retracts to draw ink into the pen, but that bladder eventually dry rots and cracks. This, on the other hand, is a spring-loaded piston filler. And because it uses the piston that you typically see on many other pens, it should last for decades without any issue. Plus, it's very easy to maintain. The Parker 51 takes a lot of special tools to take it apart. This one only requires an inexpensive wrench, which unscrews on the back, and then you can pull the filling system out. So why did I purchase this clear barrel? That's what I want to focus on in this video, and it is to Frankenstein my Wing Sung 601 Flighter. I really love this pen. It's one of my favorite go-to everyday carries, but it does have one big flaw, and that's that there is no ink window. So there's no real way for me to check my ink level. And when I'm out and about, that is something that I highly value. So today we're gonna Frankenstein this pen and put on a clear barrel. Stay tuned. So we've already disassembled the clear barrel, taking out the filling system as well as the blind cap. And now we need to disassemble the flighter. I'm gonna take the cap off, unscrew the section. As well as the nib and feed. And then we'll also remove the blind cap. And with that same wrench, we're going to remove our filling unit. You don't technically need to remove this filling unit. I could just use the one that was on the clear barrel, but I really like this one because it has a golden trim piece that matches the rest of the pen. And now it's just a matter of reassembly. So we'll grab our clear barrel and install our piston unit. And grab our nut and screw it down. That looks pretty good. It's extending all the way down to that little ledge. Perfect. And then we are going to grab our nib and feed and install that into the front. And actually I'm going to take this trim ring off because that is clear, or that is silver, and I want to install the metal one instead that has a golden color. We'll then screw on our metal section. And usually these won't line up properly with the nib the first time, which is okay. Actually, that's not far off. It is a little bit to the left. I'm gonna put my thumb where the section ends and readjust our nib. And just give it a little rotation. That looks perfect. And then we will reassemble our blind cap. And just like that, we have a Franken pen. So this should now be fully functional. And we'll go ahead and ink this up. Okay, let's go ahead and ink up our new Franken pen. Today I selected Iroshizuku Asagao, which is one of my favorite blue inks. It's made by Pilot, and it just has a way of mesmerizing me when it sloshes around in a demonstrator pen. Cap comes off, and we'll take the cap off the pen as well as the blind cap. Again, in order to operate this Vacuumatic, we're going to just simply push the button down to extend the piston in the barrel. Submerge the nib into ink and push down to draw it up. And we're going to just keep doing that until the bubbles stop and we have a full fill. And just like that, we have a filled up pen. I'll wipe off the section. Put the blind cap back on. And the cap of the pen. As well as the ink bottle. And now we're ready to write. Okay, writing with our new Franken pen. Cap pulls off. Again, this is a Wing Sung 601. I think I'm gonna call it a Flighter Demonstrator. And the nib is writing smoothly, the ink is flowing great, just as well as it did with the other barrel. So I'm very happy with this Franken pen experiment. I really like the aesthetics of this too. I can easily see the ink sloshing around. That blue ink painting the walls looks beautiful. The aesthetics kind of remind me of the Conad bulk filler, or maybe the recently released Asvine V200, but with a fully hooded kind of Parker 51 style. So this is one of my favorite models. As you can see, it's very easy to maintain and to tinker with, and it's been an extremely reliable writer over the years. And that just leaves me to say, thank you for watching.